They called him insane, climbing Everest barefoot. No boots, no gear, no hope. The hospital room became his prison. Days blurred into nights filled with silence and despair. Dreams shattered like glass. He stopped speaking, stopped trying. Almost gave up. Until one moment, alone, staring at the ceiling, he whispered, "Not like this," he fought back. One painful step, then another, falling, crying, rising again. You pick a reason, and chances are, Everest has taken a life because of it. Yet every year, hundreds of people attempt to conquer its icy peak. What drives them? Glory, money, the thrill of risk? The first few days were a blur of rocky terrain and freezing temperatures. But Arjun pressed on. It's about pushing my limits and proving to myself that if I set my mind to something, I can achieve it. On April 19, 2018, he reached Camp 4 at 7,900 meters. Here, climbers spend their final night before the summit push, the deadliest part of the climb. That night, a storm hit. Winds howled, snow swirled, and fear gripped the climbers. But Arjun found solace in the chaos. The storm raged for 3 days. When it finally subsided, the sky was clear and the air was still. It was now or never. So at 5 a.m. on April 22, 2018, he started his final ascent. Alone, barefoot, without oxygen. The only sound was the crunch of his feet on the ice. The cold seeped into his bones. His skin cracked and bled. Each step was a battle against the biting cold. But Arjun was unstoppable. At 6:15 a.m., he reached the summit, the roof of the world, over 8,800 meters above sea level. It's over 30,000 feet above the ground. He had done it. The man who was told he'd never walk again was now standing on the highest point on earth. Tears streamed down his face, freezing on his cheeks. But he didn't care. He was on top of the world. He had conquered Everest. Well, this man was driven by something deeper. Every day was a battle to reclaim his life. Months of sweat, tears, and endless struggle. They climb their own mountains, not just in the Himalayas, but in life. Their victories aren't cheered by crowds, but they have the loudest applause in the echo chamber of their hearts. And now, here he was, barefoot on the world's highest peak. Your mountain could be that big dream or the small steps to a better day. It's waiting for you. Are you going to climb it? We want to hear your story. Share it in the comments below. Your mountain, your journey, your victory. Let's inspire each other to keep climbing. Not just climbing a mountain, but climbing out of darkness itself. With frozen toes and a heart full of fire, he took the final step. The cold sliced through his skin. Every step tore at his bloodied feet. Every breath felt like fire burning his lungs. But he kept climbing. Not to prove them wrong, not for glory. He climbed to prove something to himself. 1 year before, everything changed. Car crash, screeching tires, broken bones, the cruelest verdict. You may never walk again. At the summit, he looked into the camera. Breath heavy, voice quiet. I was paralyzed last year. No cheers, no medals, just silence, and the power of a man who refused to be broken. Welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. This man defied the odds, conquered a deadly mountain, and proved that the will to live is the strongest force of all. He left us all breathless, but this wasn't any ordinary climb. He planned to do it barefoot, without oxygen, no jacket or gloves, nothing but a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. People called him crazy. Experts said he'd die, but Arjun had a date with destiny, and he wasn't going to be deterred. Everest claimed countless lives. Storms, altitude, temperature, avalanches, ice falls, thin air, exhaustion, bad weather. Arjun Pandey was an ordinary man with an extraordinary dream, to climb Mount Everest. His journey began on April 12, 2018, when he set off from Nepal. When asked about his dream climb, Arjun said, "It's not about breaking records or setting trends. As we wrap up, let's remember the silent strength of those who face their battles bravely. Those who don't need oxygen masks or walking sticks. And now, it's time for you to take a moment and reflect.